this is Sia and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another chapter in Nightlight, my first book, you should probably tell. Basically, if you haven't read the other parts, be sure you do so. It's basically a girl and her dog and the adventures they go on. Yeah. Well, that's a short intro. Basically, we're on chapter 4, and I don't know if I want to go do a couple more chapters, but it depends on how short the video is, because I like to get it at least 10 minutes long. At least. I don't know why, it's just like that. Even though it doesn't have to. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my big shiny light. It's actually a magnifier. I'm gonna turn off the light so I can show you. It just helps zoom it in for me, even though it is pretty big. It just makes it easier for me because it's a brighter light. Yeah. I have a pretty bright light up there, but it's only useful if I'm close to it. So yeah. Accessibility. Let's get into it. Chapter 4. Snow's Escape Party. I woke up a little later to realize that Snow wasn't in my bed. I went downstairs to see Snow on Hannah's lap. Hannah looked up and smiled. "How's your nap?" I shrugged to stand next to her. "No, living together with Mom having to use a wheelchair will really be a challenge." Hannah nodded. "I'm starting to accept that. We'll have to grow up fast." I had no idea how right she was. I got up the next morning, exhausted. Snow was scratching my door to shreds, so I decided to take her out. For a walk. My yawn was contagious as I wiped the sleepers from my eyes. I grabbed a blue leash I had bought for her and clipped it to her collar without trouble. We walked out the door, with Snow leading the way. Once Snow and I were outside, she started to tug on towards the woods. My heart raced with fear at the thought of Snow trying to run away from me. I thought fast and tugged her away. "Not on my watch, you won't," I commanded to her to heel, and she did so. "Now, let's go around the neighborhood together. We can meet more new people, okay?" The pup obeyed as I walked around the neighborhood until she suddenly jerked again. We were at a nearby dumpster, which was full of junk no one used anymore. Why would a dog like Snow want to go to a dumpster? Maybe she spotted something to eat. I had it better yet. I pulled the impatient pup from the area and crossed the street, heading away from home. Smiled happily. Maybe some more exercise will tire her out. Snow didn't look very happy as we walked away from the neighborhood. She kept looking back and whining, as if we were someone was following us. I heard her car pass by, but when I turned around, no one was there. We were heading back to our house. That's when I spotted a big red truck blocking the crosswalk. When we were 20 feet away from it, Snow froze in her tracks. My heart raced as the doors of the truck opened and 4 seniors walked out. They meant business. I am the daughter of the woman who nearly ran into us. This guy, to reach me, spoke. His eyes were fiercely blue. Nothing like Dad's. His hair was curly, yet spiked all around his messy head. He looked dangerous. A gang of troublemakers. "Why?" I asked firmly, looking at her fate. "Charlotte King is your mother, right?" I nodded, my fear growing. Snow started barking. "Mute the dog!" the boy ordered rapidly. "No!" I shouted. One of the boys tried clapping her jaw shut. "Leave her alone, please!" Our business is with you, not the dog. "What do you want?" I asked, trying to be brave. "I read the article in the newspaper about your family, so I decided we could chat. What do you know of the symbol on your ring?" I looked at my ring. "You can see it?" "Sure," he smirked. "Now answer my question." "I don't know much about it, except it has to do with something that of my mom's past. I also know that only those where a worthy can see it. Mom also left me a clue. I have to find another symbol like this in my house somewhere, and unlock it by pressing a star. So you've only begun. Yes. Mom says I'll learn with time. Why? Oh, it's nothing. He told me. I could tell. I grabbed Snow and ran the rest of the way home. I didn't even notice that something shadowy and big was following me. As soon as I slammed the front door, I heard Hannah's voice calling for me. I entered the kitchen only to see Hannah standing with her arms crossed. Her expression was very concerned. Where on earth have you been, Ariana? Rose. You know Mom only calls me that when I'm in trouble. I've only taken Snow out for a short walk. Short? Hannah huffed. It took at least an hour. How was that short? I got a little carried away, that's all. You should have told me first. I was worried and I almost called the cops. Why do you have to worry about me all the time? All of a sudden. It's Dad's job. He's at work. I'm in charge when Dad's gone. I nodded sadly, understanding. I didn't mean to yell at you, she said. I just want to make sure you're safe. I smiled. Well, I held my arms out. Here I am, healthy, well, and safe. You could tell I took some inspiration. For now, at least, she embraced me. Never do that again, okay? I won't try to. I mean, I won't. That's excellent. Hannah smiled brightly. Now, let's have some breakfast. Snow squirmed from my arms as we waddled over to her food bowl. Whining softly, I quickly ran to the cupboard, got some food, and poured it into her bowl. She started gobbling it up as I put the box back in the cupboard. As soon as I looked back, Snow was on the other side of the kitchen, moving around as if she was worried about something. She looked at me with fear. I walked over to her. What's wrong, Snow? She whined at her as her eyes trailed to the direction of the woods. Nothing seemed different to me. The trees were high and full of various random leaves. Do you want to go walk in there? We can do it tomorrow, I promise. What I failed to see were red glowing eyes in the bushes. At the time, I had mistaken them for berries. Snow looked at me and nudged me to follow her. My little cockapoo led me right into the living room. My heart raced as I saw the same symbol that was on my ring, just above the couch. Snow looked at me expectantly as I drew closer and closer, reaching out to the star to touch it. All of a sudden, I heard the sound of glass breaking. Hannah's scream resounded through the house. It sounded like it was in her room. Hannah! I hollered, turning around suddenly, immediately rushing up the stairs. Let's go on to the next chapter. Chapter 5, The Secret Revealed. When I reached Hannah's room, I saw her pick up a bottle that had been thrown through her window. I quickly ran over to clean up the shattered glass. Are you okay? I asked. My head was full of questions. Finally, I chose the main one in my thoughts. What happened? Hannah uncorked the bottle and was trying to get the paper inside. I had just finished putting the cinnamon rolls in the oven when I decided to go to my room. I heard someone's voice saying, heads up, and this bottle blew through my window. At least you're okay, I said in relief. Hannah managed to smile. Snow is for you, Ariana. She handed the paper to me. Looks like someone was desperate to speak with you. I gently unrolled the paper and walked into my room. My heart raced when I noted the first few words in the paragraph. Ariana, there's something you should know. This symbol has a big history and it can be dangerous. I know I can't control you, but I can tell you that you need to be careful. Be sure you aren't alone. Do be careful and use common sense. I know you'll need it. Friend. Meanwhile, Snow's attempt to contact Golden about the eyes in the bushes were unsuccessful. So she went back into the kitchen to finish her breakfast. After polishing it off, she turned around and saw a big black shadow dog looming over her. Come with me, Nightlight, it growled. its red eyes glowing. How did you get in here without my maid Golden noticing you? Simple, it took a form of a body. One of the gang members you saw this morning. What do you want? Our master wants revenge. Starting you. Shoot to go with you, Snow growled. The sleeping powder I put in your food will take effect. Any second. Snow immediately lost consciousness. Always so resistant, said the shadow dog. At least, for now. He chuckled. The master will be pleased. He then finished with the puppy on his back. I looked out the window as the figure rushed past. It seemed to be a tall, dark man, almost like one of the gang members I had seen this morning. I was being watched, I concluded. The thought made me very uncomfortable. What was going on? I looked around for Snow. I wanted to investigate further with her, but she was nowhere to be found. So weird. Snow usually follows me like a shadow. I rushed downstairs to the kitchen as fast as I could, only to see that the back door was wide open. How? I looked at the lock. Someone or something had broken in or out. Snow couldn't be that smart, could she? Hannah! I hollered, rushing up the stairs. Hannah! Snow has run away! Oh no! Hannah looked no better than I did. Where did she go? She must have gone into the woods. She tried to run earlier this morning. Oh, Hannah, what will we do? Let's have a search. She couldn't have gone too far. We searched for an hour with no luck. After eating the burnt cinnamon rolls, we called Dad. He told us Snow would most likely come back in an hour or so. If not, we should go look for any signs of paw prints she may have left behind. Hannah went upstairs to relax for a while. I decided to reread my letter. I remembered the sign above the couch and quickly got there without a moment's hesitation. I watched as the symbol glowed ever so brightly. I drew closer and closer until it was just a finger length from it. Curiosity got the best of me, and I slowly reached out to touch it. And I did. The symbol vanished, and in its place was another note. My heart jumped joyfully as I reached for it. You know I'm gonna pull a mean one on you. You know. Yeah. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, the next one will be coming out soon. Yeah, well, scheduling these, I realized that I started these the day after my book was originally published on May 2nd, 2015. That's a long time ago. That's like 6 years ago. Well, technically it's 5 for me now, but it would be 6, but it makes it sad. So I say 6 years ago. So I recorded this back November 30th, the last day of November. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And yes, the next one will be out soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.